Hi. So I just finished editing my productivity framework course. And so this is a postscript. I'm going to post it inside the course, but I might also share it publicly. In the course, for those who haven't taken it, there are a number of techniques for personal productivity, and one of them involves taking the fire hose of content which comes at you and storing the most interesting things, writing notes about it in your personal library so it touches on personal knowledge management. And the final step in this particular process is to reflect on the things that you've been reading and also your work, your writing, and rewrite it, share it, write something about it, maybe share it with the world, or maybe just write it for yourself. And I've always found that final step to be pretty much optional. Most people don't actually love writing like I do. So you can sort of skip that if you don't want to do that. But I'm increasingly of the opinion the last few months that it's no longer going to be an option in the world of LLMs, large language models. Now, I'm just improvising this video, okay? What you need to understand, and particularly if you haven't taken the course, it might not make a lot of sense, but when you build up a library of the things that you've identified as worth reading and you've read them and you've written maybe a couple of notes about them and maybe tagged them so they can be linked together, you've created like an extra strand of DNA, mental DNA. Nobody else in the world has that particular library with those particular thoughts about those resources written at that particular time. It's unique to you as your DNA, and I'm assuming you're not an identical twin. So, therefore, if you mine that resource, if you go into your library, look at these notes a little bit later on, reflect upon them, and write something yourself, it will be unique. And that is likely to be quite valuable in the future because LLMs can just churn out quite high quality text at almost zero cost. So the only way that you can set yourself apart and above the output of an LLM is to be unique, to be creative, to be the only person who could have that thought. Because although LLMs are just statistical machines, they are generating text based on the collective intelligence of everything they've read, which is a lot. And so the quality of their output it's not unique and creative and interesting, but it's not low quality either. The only way you can actually be creatively original is to be very intentional about what you read, and then you have to think about what you read, and then you have to combine those thoughts with other thoughts to come up with something new. And I think in a world of AI, that's no longer a nice to have. You don't need to share it. You don't need to publish it. Although I find personally that the quality I impose on things I want to publish means that I think things through much better. My notes, my internal notes that I don't share with the rest of the world are a bit lackadaisical. But if I want to put something out in the world that people are going to read, then I'm going to really polish it. I'm going to really think things through to make sure I'm coming up with something which is, at least to me, original. So this is how I write. And in the future, I believe that you need some sort of process to make sure that you are somehow above and beyond the regression to the mean, which is what LLMs come up with at almost zero cost. Being average is no longer good enough because you're going to be undercut. So hopefully the process, this is just one of the processes which underpins the productivity framework. I hope if you took the productivity framework course that you find this useful in remaining relevant, original, and creative in your working and personal life in the future. Good luck out there.